It is the third day of the fourth month of 2025. Welcome to this particular broadcast and thank you for joining us this Thursday. I'm holding in for our very own Theo Masharia. Our reporters have been up and about interacting with different issues and different people, and they have brought you different stories tonight. Here are the top ones. President William Ruto calls for responsibility from political leaders as his Mount Kenya tour continues. IEBC Selection Committee continues vetting candidates as 14 more a day are added to complete the exercise. Changamwe residents face eviction from KPC land as MP Omar Mwinyi vows to oppose demolitions. And County Vision Impact Project transforms lives as over 70% of locals in 7 counties receive eye screenings and treatment.
This is KUTV Primetime News with Mutegi K. Martin.
And Sami Okello is our sign language interpreter tonight. Welcome to the broadcast. Now, President William Ruto has urged leaders to exercise responsibility in their work. This as he insists that his tour of the Mount Kenya region is not political but development driven. Speaking in Nyandarua County on the third day of his tour in the region, Ruto reaffirmed his commitment to fulfilling his duties as president by spearheading development initiatives across Kenya.
President William Ruto's third day to Mount Kenya region kicked off in Nyandarua County. Rallying alongside his peak, Deputy President Kithure Kindiki and some other Mount Kenya leaders, the president took time to urge leaders to be responsible in their assigned roles towards delivering development to Kenyans.
Si nyinyi ndio mtasahihisha hiyo kazi baada ya miaka mitano? Basi tukae chonjo, kila mtu afanye kazi yake bwana. Kama wewe ni MCA, fanya kazi yako. Hawa watasahihisha kazi yetu baada ya miaka mitano. Kama wewe ni mbunge, fanya yako. Kama wewe ni governor, fanya yako.
And before his employers have time to assess him, Mr. President took the opportunity to assert that he will fulfill the mandate given to him by the people before they could assess his performance at the end of his tenure.
Mimi kama rais nitafanya yangu na hao wananchi wataamua baada ya miaka mitano. Nego kana tiguo. Iko makosa hapo. Si nyinyi ndio walimu wa kusahihisha. Si mtajua nani hajafanya kazi.
Consequently, the first in command gave a stern warning to some few individuals with the tendency of grabbing public land in Nyandarua, promising to intervene and help out end such cases.
Grabbers wote tuambie mali ya umma si mali ya mtu binafsi. Na kama wamechukua na kimabavu ama na kwa ukora, hiyo maneno tutafutilia mbali, shamba irudi ya wananchi wa Nyandarua County.
Deputy President Professor Kithure Kindiki, who also backed up his boss in the tour, continued emphasizing his role in government, stating that his loyalty is to support his boss and not to oppose him, as some leaders have advised.
Wale wanataka kupigana na rais, wale wanataka kupigana na serikali, waende upinzani, kwa sababu hiyo ni kazi ya upinzani, sio kazi ya serikali. Rais Ruto alikuwa anasema yesa kwa Uhuru Kenyatta, na Mungu sasa amembariki, ndio rais yetu. Nataka mnikubalie hata mimi nisaidie rais na niseme yes sir, niseme yes.
President Ruto's caravan later made its way to flag off the last-mile electricity connectivity project at the Juakali stage Olkulou town and inspected the Olkulou affordable housing alongside irrigation projects in Murang'a County. With only 2 days to the wrap of the Mount Kenya tour, the question remains, will the relationship between the people of Mount Kenya and the former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua be shaken or remain firm? Ochieng Cynthia, KUTV.
Now, the IEBC Selection Committee has continued the process of interviewing candidates for the 6 commissioner positions at the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission, IEBC. So far, 30 candidates have been vetted, with some sharing their views on how they plan to implement reforms within the commission.
The selection process for the commissioners of the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission has entered its 5th day, with the selection committee being granted an additional 14 days to finalize the vetting of the 111 candidates vying for the 6 available positions. Wanjao Ngege was the first to appear before the committee for an interview today. Wanjao, who previously served as an assistant commissioner at the Kenya Revenue Authority, stated that if appointed as an IBC commissioner, he will strive to ensure that the election candidates accept the results peacefully, whether they win or lose.
We're able to get feedback either through memoranda, or we can organize what you call public hearings in those areas. And in some cases, I think the law prescribes that we can work with the wards and constituencies to have those the public participation forums and panels to facilitate that kind of conversation so that we get feedback from the public.
Additionally, Erastus Edang Lokale Ethicon has returned before the committee to try his luck once again in the selection process. Ethicon aims to seek guidance from the judiciary and the Attorney General's office on the demarcation of new electoral boundaries if he is successful.
We have the risk of violence during an election, and this one you may need to engage political players so that they can preach peace. We have the risk of having, you have the dead voters in the voter roll. You will need to clean it up so that you have a clean register. You have risk of insufficient financing for the operations of IEBC.
Other candidates interviewed today include Esther Nanjala Wekesa, Ezekiel Kibet Tanui, and Fahima Arafat Abdallah. For now, all eyes are on the selection committee to see who will be chosen to lead the crucial institution responsible for overseeing election in the country. Brenda Nyongesa, KUTV.
We now move over to the coastal region, where Changamwe Member of Parliament Omar Mwinyi has vowed to resist the eviction of over 400 families from Kenya Pipeline Company KPC land, accusing the government officials of sidelining local leaders and using intimidation tactics. Our reporter Caroline Kimwele compiled the following report. Listen in.
As part of a nationwide security initiative, Kenya Pipeline Company KPC launched an operation to clear settlements built along petroleum pipeline waylays to enhance safety, citing concerns that the aging and corroded pipelines pose a risk of explosion. Residents of Changamwe, Portrees, Chaani and Airport wards have been living on the disputed land, many unaware of the looming danger. While some residents have voluntarily started demolishing their homes, others remain adamant, awaiting further developments.
Na Kenya Pipeline ni shirika la serikali, wamekuwa wako na hamu kubwa sana ya kuondosha watu wetu katika makao yao. Na wamekuwa wakifanya hiyo jambo kama kwa kisasi, kama kwa chuki. Kwa sababu tumewaita kwa mazungumzo, mpaka bunge wamewaita, wakatoa udhuru, hawana nafasi, watakuja hii siku nyingine, hawakuja.
Tensions have escalated as KPC, backed by police officers, moves to enforce the evictions. However, Area MP Omar Mwinyi accuses KPC of ignoring meetings convened by the National Assembly to resolve the standoff.
The whole of this week wanatuletea maaskari karibu 100-200 ili kuwatisha wananchi wetu, kuwaambia wale wapangaji watoke na nyinyi mtavunjiwa. Sasa unaona wanavunjika moyo, wanakuwa na huzuni, hawalali. Sisi tukawaambia kitu kimoja, nyinyi kweli polisi muko kama serikali, county commissioner mmekuja hapa kama serikali, lakini serikali ni sisi wananchi.
He has called on national government administrative officers to involve his office in public participation forums on critical issues affecting local residents. He also accused Kapseret Member of Parliament Oscar Sudi of being used by land grabbers to aid the grabbing of government parcels of land in Changamwe.
Oscar Sudi ni mbunge wa sijui Kapseret kama ni wapi huko. Yeye anatumika kama broker pale Dunga Unuse. Pale kuna plot ambayo ni plot ya serikali. Na hiyo plot ya serikali ziko plot ambazo tume-earmark zijengewe wananchi nyumba affordable housing. Paka wizara ya housing imekwenda pale na ikatambua hizo ardhi. Yeye amekuja kusimamia hao mabwenyenye ambao anawasimamia ili hizi ardhi wazichukue wakiona sisi hatuna habari. Lakini sisi tunajua what is happening in Changamwe.
However, Mwinyi revealed that the deputy president has assured him that he will visit the area next week, accompanied by the relevant state agencies to ensure residents get justice after the 2-decade-long dispute. Caroline Kimwele, KUTV.
Thank you, Caroline Kimwele. Now, over 70% of locals suffering from eye ailment in 7 counties have received life-changing eye screenings and treatment through the County Vision Impact Project. Launched in 2020, the project has transformed the lives of thousands, enabling them to lead normal lives free from vision impairment.
Over 70% of locals suffering from eye ailments in 7 counties have received life-changing eye screening and treatment through the County Vision Impact Project. Launched in 2020, the project has transformed the lives of thousands, enabling them to lead normal lives free from vision impairment. Speaking at the launch of the Comprehensive Eye Health Policy 2025 to 2030 at Longiza Sub-County Hospital, Mbaki Niang, Director of Christian Blind Mission CBM, highlighted the project's success in reducing the prevalence of blindness.
No doubt, the positive impact of this project is already being felt in our communities. Children can now pursue their career objectives with the adult, while the adult continue to actively participate in socio-economic activities.
Dr. Michael Gichangi, the head of Eye Health Section at the Ministry of Health, also praised the partners involved in the project as he reaffirmed the government's commitment to universal health coverage (UHC) by ensuring quality eye care services are available to all Kenyans.
As the national government, and when we go back and as we continue traversing the country, we will continue spreading the news of what is happening in Bomet County in terms of delivery of health. And we will encourage other counties to come and benchmark.
Bomet Governor Professor Hilary Barchok, while expressing gratitude for the project, committed to ensure the strengthening of infrastructure to ensure the continued success of the Vision Impact Project.
I want to commit that we will do everything that it will take from our side as a county government to ensure sustainability of this program. We'll put resources, both human and financial, and we'll put all the structures that we require, legal and policies, through the support of the Assembly.
The project spans Bomet, Kiambu, Kwale, Vihiga, Kajiado, Meru and Embu counties, with reports indicating that it has achieved an impressive 99.9% success rate. Yvonne Kemuma, KUTV.
It is 16 minutes past 9 p.m. Time for us to take our first short break right here on KUTV Primetime News tonight. Sami Okello and I will be back in a jiffy. Keep it here.
Access to knowledge. Solution to unanswered questions.
Guidelines to pursuing your rights and repossessing your property, intellectual or material.
This and more only on Law Matters.
Ni nguzo na uso wa jamii. Kupanda shuka, akawa tuzo. Ukakamavu wake, ukatii na kumfanya mwenye bidii. Kwa machozi na makeke, akabaini jinsi ya kuweni. Huyu ni mwanamke ngangari, kwa jinsi alivyo ng'ari-ng'ari. Mimi ni mwanamke mwake. Usikose kutazama kipindi cha mwanamke mwake, nami Caroline Kimwele.
You are watching KUTV Primetime News with Mutegi K. Martin.
Remember, this live broadcast is also live on YouTube at KUTV News Kenya. Also join us in conversations happening at KUTV_Kenya. As financial constraints continue, continue to hit learning institutions due to insufficient government capitation, many schools and colleges are turning to agribusiness to sustain their operations. Migori Teachers Training College, TTC, is among the institutions embracing agribusiness, particularly poultry farming, to supplement student fees and government funding.
Faced with financial constraints due to insufficient government capitation, learning institutions across the country are turning to agribusinesses as a sustainable solution. By investing in farming ventures, these institutions aim to generate income, supplement student fees, and ease operational costs. Migori Teachers Training College TTC is among those leading the way. The institution launched its poultry project in 2020 as a learning initiative. Over the years, it has expanded significantly, adding 1,000 birds this year to boost egg and meat production. According to Migori TTC Deputy Principal Naftali Nyagiti, the poultry venture has helped the institution reduce expenses on eggs, which are a staple for its 1,070 students.
And up to now, we have around 950 because there were fatalities here and there, but we are thankful to the count office in charge of livestock, and they have walked the journey with us. These birds have grown and we are happy. The overall function is to ensure that the college is self-sustaining. We are projecting that the returns are worthy waiting for. Few challenges. One is space, which we have to improve, which we have had to improve. Another challenge is the fatalities that I've said. When they were being vaccinated, a number of them died. One day we lost about 50 chicks. The greatest challenge is the feeds.
On his part, the Director of Livestock Migori, Charles Nyaga, said that the poultry farming is one of the models of commercial agriculture, and they will continue to provide professional support and skills to teach more students about poultry farming.
This is also a model for farmers, and at the same time, those institutions who want to run. Our service delivery is not only to individual farmers, also institutions, so that they are also to improve on protein source within the institution.
According to Martha Adwell, livestock officer, poultry farming is one of the easiest projects for institutions to start if the proper procedures of poultry farming are followed.
Future will have a lot of people venturing into chicken because it's an easy venture. It doesn't require 24/7 attention. So most people are adopting to rearing chicken, and because of the market, there's availability of market, availability of the chicks, there will be a high number of people keeping chicken.
Many educational institutions, in collaboration with various county and central government departments, have been driven to embrace agriculture. Helen Kiplagat, KUTV.
Green Stem is manufacturing toxic, chemical-free, compostable food-grade packaging products from agricultural wastes. Juma Majanga reports from Dheka.
At an industrial area on the outskirts of Thika town in central Kenya, Anita Shah is supervising the manufacture of biodegradable food packaging containers. Shah says she was frustrated by the amount of packaging plastic she saw whenever she went shopping in supermarkets. In 2011, the development economist left her 2-decade-long international career and returned home to set up Green Stem Products, a company that manufactures toxic chemical-free compostable packaging products from agricultural waste. Shah says she wants to protect the environment and fight climate change.
Essentially, we want to do is eliminate plastic from the food system where possible, so that the question of production of plastics and the fossil fuels used in the production of plastics and the CO2 emissions that result from the manufacturing process of plastic and the burning of it and disposal in landfill is eliminated.
The company currently uses sugarcane waste, called bagasse, as raw material, but says other plant byproducts can be used as well. The bagasse is pulped into slurry, which is then pressed into desired shapes before being trimmed and sprayed with a waterproofing bio-based solvent and dried. The result is a range of biodegradable packaging containers that David Mwangi, a machine operator at Green Stem Products, say are good alternatives to plastic.
Even in my home right now, I don't like plastic because when you follow up with the plastic, what you get after disposing this plastic to the environment, it's not good. Yeah. But what we are making now, even if we just throw it to the farm, it will rot after some months.
According to the United Nations, the world produces roughly 430 million tons of plastic every year, but less than 9% of this is recycled. African countries are particularly vulnerable to the negative effects of plastic pollution because the recycling sector on the continent is just starting out. Experts say innovators like Green Stem can play a key role going forward.
Innovation and technology-led innovation is really, I would say, the main thing to unlock how the 21st century will disrupt the 20th century businesses and end up with a much cleaner planet and even more jobs as well.
Green Stem says it currently produces 100,000 pieces of packaging products per month and is installing new machinery that will see the numbers rise to 2.4 million pieces per month. Green Stem products are slightly more expensive than plastic alternatives, but half the cost of imported versions, Shah says.
We're about planet, people, and profit, so self-sufficiency. But ultimately, our goal is to conserve the planet.
Packaging makes up approximately 36% of all plastic produced in the world, making it a big driver of plastic pollution, according to the UN Environment Agency. Entrepreneurs like Shah hope their innovations can at least be part of the solution. Juma Majanga, VOA News, Thika, Kenya.
In Nigeria, one non-profit is on a mission to digitize the country's history. Its members are doing so by uploading copies of newspapers from 1960, the year Nigeria gained independence, until today. Timothy Obiezu has more from Lagos.
Page by fragile page, these old Nigerian newspapers are being scanned and uploaded to a back-end server.
It's part of a project started by former Nigerian journalist Fuad Lawal. He says the idea came to him when he was working in a newsroom years ago.
When you want to find answers and like build context for your stories, it's hard to find archival stuff. I'm very sure you struggle to find archival footage about Nigeria. In our case, it's hard to find like even like just basic information. And so the question became like, what would it look like if we try to make all of this history accessible?
But not just accessible to people. Lawal also wants to use all this data to make sure African stories are a part of any artificial intelligence base of knowledge.
We are at the dawn of a new information age by way of AI. And when you use like these tools, these AI tools, one of the things you quickly learn is that African information is grossly underrepresented, right? It is barely right about anything in the context of Nigeria.
This project hopes to change that. The server currently holds more than 60,000 pages of what could become Nigeria's first interactive digital newspaper archive. Historic events across 6 decades, including military coups, civil war, and notable elections, have so far been captured. The project has attracted nearly $40,000 in donations and is driven by volunteers like Boyega Taiwo.
I joined archiving in April last year, so almost a year now. We come here every day, we scan, we catalog, we log on our Notion just to track progress and uploading on the AWS. Coming here every day, flipping through pages, it just helps, it does something, it helps, I think knowledge, right? Like there's a lot of things that we've learned.
Once all the material is online, Lawal says AI-powered tools such as language translation apps, grammar checkers, and speed recognition software will have access to information about Nigeria that has never been online before.
But we believe that by digitizing these old newspapers, we're basically taking like dark data, that is data that is inaccessible, and we're digitizing it and making it more accessible.
Last September, the nonprofit launched the first collection of documents and is currently trying to raise $100,000 to expand. Timothy Obiezu, VOA News, Lagos, Nigeria.
29 minutes past 9, our time to take a second break right here on KUTV Primetime News. When you come back with sports news.
Hi, my name is Stella Tioi.
Jina langu naitwa Okemwa Mokwa James.
This is Mandela Gaya.
Ugonjwa ulipokuja ulichukua siku 3 ukaniweka in coma. 20 wamezikwa, 2 ndio wako hai.
I don't even know how it feels to see.
I feel like I cannot express myself well the way somebody who can walk can actually express themselves.
Ilichukua muda mwingi mrefu tena mpana ili kuikubali kwamba mimi siwezi tembea tena.
I've come to actually accept myself.
Ukijaribu kumsimamisha mtu umwambie tafadhali nionyeshe njia,
They find it quite strange talking to you.
You should just make schools integrated,
Inclusive setups.
by providing the right facilities.
Badala ya kutafuta kazi, tunaweza kuanzisha miradi yetu ambayo ingetusaidia kubadilisha maisha ya wazazi wetu.
Kwa vijana wenzangu, wengi hawana kazi, lakini ikiwa sisi wenyewe tutajiamini, tunaweza kujiajiri wenyewe.
Afrika kwa kweli tuna mahitaji ambayo ukiyasuluhisha unaweza kuathiri watu kwenye bara hili.
Bila uoga, watu huwa na uzalishaji zaidi, wanajawa na ujasiri, wanakuwa wabunifu na wanakuwa wenye maarifa.
Niliamua kuacha kazi. Hata kama sitafanikiwa, nitakuwa nimejaribu, nitakuwa najua haiwezekani.
Hakuna kitu cha ajabu hapa. Kila anayepata ufanisi hufanya kazi usiku na mchana.
Kitu kitakusukuma na kuwezesha kupata maarifa ambayo hukuwa nayo.
Tunajaribu kutengeneza kitu kitakachopita mipaka ya nchi hii.
Ikiwa unataka kubadilisha ulimwengu, anza na nyumbani.
Welcome back. Now, Kenya's top volleyball teams are set to kick off their action at the 2025 Women's African Volleyball Club Championship in Abuja, Nigeria, starting Friday. The tournament, which runs until April 14th, features Kenya Prisons, KCB, and the Kenya Pipeline in what promises to be a thrilling competition. Kenya Prisons, who last won the continental title in 2013, are in Group B alongside defending champions Zamalek of Egypt, debutant Spiking Stars of Botswana, and Nigeria's Chief of Naval Staff. The tournament's opening matches will see Prisons take on Zamalek at 6 p.m., KCB face Laloi at 8 p.m., and Kenya Pipeline playing Rwanda National Police. Group A includes host Nigeria, Customs Service, Mayo Volleyball Club of Cameroon, 2021 champions De Carthage from Tunisia, and AEP Rwanda. The event is being hosted at the Moshood Abiola Sports Stadium in Abuja. Now, Manchester City thrashed Leicester City 2-0 in an English Premier League match at Etihad Stadium. Jack Grealish opened the score sheet in the second minute before Omar Mamouche found the back of the net in the 29th minute. Man City climbed up fourth place in the standings with 51 points, while Leicester remains in 19th place with 17 points. In other matches staged yesterday night, Liverpool secured a 1-0 victory against Everton at Anfield. In today's Premier League fixtures, Chelsea will host Tottenham at Stamford Bridge at 10 p.m. East African time. We've come to the close of the conversation tonight. Join us tomorrow, same time, same place, as we bring you KUTV Primetime News. And of course, capping up what has been happening during the week as well. I don't know what my director, Melton, was saying about Chelsea. They said they will work on Tottenham, and we have to wait and see that. It's in a few minutes, maybe around 25 minutes, according to my clock. We shall be having that game, and we'll see whether those dreams come true. Our sign language interpreter is Samuel Kello. My name is Mutegi K. Martin. Good night.